Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am back for the slate. Yesterday, if you saw my message on Twitter, I kind of took the whole day off from DFS. Didn't even look at the slate. The first time in a long time, just because I had a big exam to study for in school in the evening, and I spent the whole day yesterday preparing for that, and it went pretty well. So I think I made the right decision, but I am back for the slate. So everybody watching this video right now, please be sure to drop a like on this video. Helps me out a lot. I do appreciate it. And if you want my full lineups, go to the website, thedfsprocess.com. I put the link in the description. So let's get right into it. I've got some great plays that I'm ready to give out, starting with pitcher Nick Pivetta at 8,200. Now, looking at the slate, the main slate's only 6 games. We don't have many options on pitching. There are not a lot of studs in great spots. I mean, you have David Price, but he's facing the Yankees, and I'm not sure I'm going to be playing many pitchers against the Yankees this season, especially in Boston, which is a pretty good hitter's park. I'm going to go John Lester against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh actually has like the highest batting average against lefties so far this season. And John Lester's hit or miss. I don't think I'm going to be paying 10-7 for him. So I think I'm going to be spending down at pitching today. And it's going to start with Nick Pivetta at 8,200. Pivetta actually is a great talent. I am a Phillies fan, a diehard Philly sports fan. And he's had good numbers last season. At the end of last season, he was pitching really well. And he really showed the upside that he had. You know, it was against the Marlins, but still put up 32 DraftKings points. He does have strikeout upside, and it's a great matchup against the Reds. You know, the Reds offense, you know, I've been picking on them a lot this season. It's been paying off. We just saw Aaron Nola threw a gem against them yesterday. I think Nick Pivetta is going to come right in at just 8,200. Way too cheap amount of upside he has at home in Citizens Bank Park. So I'm going to be locking him in as my SP1. SP2, I'm kind of going with a riskier play, but I'm going right back to Zach Wheeler at 7,500. As I mentioned, there's not a ton of pitchings that I like on this slate. I'm willing to take the risk, a small risk with Zach Wheeler. He has the best matchup a pitcher could ask for facing the Marlins in Miami, which is a pitcher's-friendly ballpark. Zach Wheeler, he showed flashes of upside last year, but he also really struggled with walks specifically. But in the minors, he was pitching pretty well, had a decent spring training, and he made a first start in AAA, threw 5 innings, struck out 6, gave up just 1 run, and the Marlins team is pretty much a AAA team. So I think Zach Wheeler at 7,500 is a great play as an SP2. A little bit of risk associated with it because he could just blow up in your face, but not a lot that I like below him. And as I mentioned, Nick Pivetta's like the only guy that I like above him. So going pretty cheap at pitching on this slate. Spend up for some of these bats that I like. And let's start it off with Zach Cozart. The Angels are implied to score the highest team total right now on the slate. Them and the Rangers, their opponent, are the only teams that are implied to score over 5 runs. And I'm going to be liking a little stack of these teams. Matt Moore has been dreadful this season. Opponents, righties are hitting .355 against him so far. His ERA is over 11. The Angels lineup isn't super potent, but they do have a handful of great bats that I'm looking to target on the slate. Specifically, Zach Cozart. He's priced up, but it's definitely warranted given this matchup. Zach Cozart against lefties last season, he had a .337 batting average with a .633 slugging percentage and 115 at bats, and he is leading off for this Angels team, so he's going to get extra at bats. And this matchup with the Angels implied to score a good amount of runs. You could see him get 6 to 7 at-bats. And he has had a really good season so far. Hitting .265, 2 home runs. Pretty much every game he's going to give you something. And he does have, as I mentioned, great upside, especially against a lefty. Another guy that I love is Elvis Andrus of the Rangers. He's only at 3,800. A lot of these Rangers players are underpriced. But, you know, I don't really love a lot of them besides Andrews. At 3,800, he's been killing it this season so far, .362 with 2 home runs. Tremendous upside with him. Against lefties last season, he had a .294 batting average with a .503 slugging percentage. As I mentioned, the Rangers are, right now they're second in applied runs. And Texas is a great hitters-friendly ballpark, so I think both teams are going to score a lot of runs against really bad pitching. I like Andrew Salata at just 3,800. I think he's too cheap. And then some of these outfield bats that I mentioned, the Angels are my favorite stack of the day. I don't think I mentioned that, but they are definitely my favorite stack of the day. And let's start it off with Mike Trout at 5,700. There's a reason he is the highest priced hitter on the slate. 5,700, he's starting to heat up. Hit a home run today. Batting average is climbing steadily up to 4 home runs now on the season once they add the one that he got today. And 5,700, we know Mike Trout, one of the best hitters in baseball. I don't really have to explain this pick against Matt Moore, a lefty that gives up a good amount of home runs in Texas. Yeah, loving Mike Trout tomorrow at 5,700. And next, I'm going to roster his teammate, Justin Upton, at 4,700. Upton has ridiculous numbers against lefties. Last season, in 143 at-bats, he hit a 344 batting average with a 728 slugging percentage. Justin Upton batting, in the top 5 in the batting order. I think he bats cleanup. I love him in this spot against Matt Moore. I love a lot of these Angels righties. So there you have it. Those are my 6 plays for this slate. As I mentioned, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the DFS Process, and the website, as always, is thedfsprocess.com if you want to join us. Thanks for watching, and good luck.